It's the Tuesday edition of Primetime News. Thank you for joining us. I'm Joy Gosses. We begin the bulletin in the Ministry of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform, which recently banned the export of live animals and meat products to South Africa amid the outbreak of foot and mouth disease in that country. Lydia Bitiri produced our lead story.
There was an outbreak of foot and mouth disease in South Africa. It's a serious one. By now we understand covering 6 of the provinces in South Africa. As a reaction to that and to protect our disease-free zone status, we stopped all the imports from South Africa of live animals, fresh meat, fodder, vegetables, fruit, everything that can be in contact with cattle and carry the disease into our disease-free zone. We have to do that because we have an unvaccinated, that is a naive population of cattle, and the disease-free zone status is pivotal to our ability to export 70% of our production to the best-paying markets of the world. It's a crucial issue that we maintain that status. So we have, as a result of that, prohibited or closed the border for live animals, fresh meat, any fresh milk produce, any fodder, any hay, grass, vegetables, fruit. That is in reaction to the foot and mouth disease. Now, South Africa itself has also stopped and prohibited imports from us to them. So we cannot move any cattle, any weaners to the South African market. So they equally, in order to assist them to control the disease that's now prevalent, has stopped movement. So I think it is a reaction that both countries do to protect their own disease status and their ability to create and maintain a sound animal health situation in their countries.
On to our next story. The Namibian police saw a change of guard when President Dr. Hage Geingob on Monday appointed Deputy Inspector General Joseph Shikongo as the new Inspector General of the Namibian Police Force, effective the 1st of September 2022. Margon Globo filed this report.
Since I had a choice to choose, I looked at the CVs, I looked at the history, I looked at the level of difficulties you have in that office. I chose one of the partners, President I work with, because when I was the Prime Minister was among the 3 people who were he was my chief security. That's one of the reason I picked him up. But I thought we looked at the person's, not academic qualifications, but looking at, are you going to be able to maintain and control uniformed people? Are you going to be able? You can have all the degrees, but if you don't know how to handle uniformed people, it's not going to be easy. So it's on that basis that I look at and chose Comrade Major General Joseph Shikongo. He used to be a Deputy Inspector General for Operations. He has been working there, he has been out of the country, also on missions. So he's a cadre who has experience, he's a cadre that we can rely on, and therefore, not that others are not. 3 people cannot take the post, only one has been chosen.
Moving on, the High Commissioner of India, in a media statement issued on Monday, refuted a news article in a local daily titled, "India rejects 3 Namibian cheetahs," alleging the article appears to be based on other media reports and that the details seem to be twisted and taken out of context. Michael Matimba gives us more.
The statement further read that such media articles are not to be relied upon, as they are not factual and therefore convey an erroneous picture of the project. The statement also noted the High Commission of India and concerned Indian authorities are in regular contact with their Namibian counterparts and stakeholders to ensure relevant scientific aspects, requisite norms, as well as procedures are upheld. Reporting for Primetime News, I'm Michael Madimba.
Switching attention to neighboring Angola. The SADC Electoral Observer Mission to the general elections in Angola was officially launched in Luanda on Monday. Again, Lydia Pitiri produced the story.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of International Relations and Cooperation of Namibia, and head of the SADC Electoral Observer Mission, Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, at the launch said SADC Electoral Observation Mission to the 2022 general elections in Angola consists of 52 personnel who are in the country. Ndaitwah noted the observers are from 11 SADC member states, namely the Republic of Botswana, the Democratic Republic of Congo, Kingdom of Eswatini, Kingdom of Lesotho, Republic of Malawi, Republic of Mozambique, Republic of Namibia, Republic of South Africa, United Republic of Tanzania, Republic of Zambia, as well as Republic of Zimbabwe. She added they will be deployed to 12 provinces of Angola. The election will pit People's Movement for the Liberation of Angola, MPLA, led by incumbent President João Lourenço, against Alberto Costa Jr., the candidate for the largest opposition party, the National Union for the Total Independence of Angola, UNITA.
When we return, let's find out why Namibia is prohibiting the importation of fresh produce from South Africa. Welcome back. Leading the Primetime Buzz segment, Minister of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform, Kailash Ladwine, recently revealed that government has partly prohibited the importation of vegetables and fruit from South Africa in order to find a market for the local farmers. Let's get more details from this report.
Specifically to the vegetables and fruit, well, of course, it is primarily because of the foot-and-mouth outbreak. But secondly, after COVID, we have learned that food self-sufficiency in basic commodities, in basic foodstuffs, has become a necessity and is therefore a priority for not only our well-being, but for every country's well-being. COVID has shown us that countries put their interests first when it comes to these basic needs like food self-sufficiency. Now we have stimulated our market, our producers, to produce more vegetables, more fruit, more grains in order to reach self-sufficiency. And an implicit action that one must take if you do that is to provide a market for the producers to sell into. Now the prohibition of importing from other markets is therefore an action that is not a total prohibition. It is only a measure to make sure that whatever the farmers produce is actually finding a market, and every surplus in demand is ably satisfied through imports. I think it's a very sound and very necessary policy that we have to do. And by the way, it is not only done by us, it is done by South Africa itself. We are not allowed to import sugar other than from them at higher prices than we could import from somewhere else. So they are protecting their markets in a similar way that we try to protect our basic markets.
On to a developing story. The fiasco at Transnamib continues as striking employees of the entity on Monday denied accusations by their employer that they allegedly violated strike rules at Tsumeb, Walvis Bay, Windhoek and Keetmanshoop. Mulisa Simiasa filed this report.
The workers were reacting to a media statement which was issued on Monday morning by Transnamib, pointing at them to have allegedly intimidated, harassed and damaged company equipment at the 4 train stations when they found some non-striking employees performing official duties there. Transnamib vowed in a media statement that bullying, intimidation and harassing of non-striking workers or damaging company equipment is an absolute violation of the strike rules, and as such, they will now use the legal resource to remedy the matter. The accused workers, through the Namibia Transport and Allied Workers Union Natal National Coordinator Halvi Amukoshi, denied the allegations, saying these are all rumours. She said for now those allegations are rumours until evidence will be provided to us. Hamukoshi added that Natal has thus also instructed its legal team to attend to Transnamib's allegations. The workers are demanding a 7% salary increase across the board, 11% on housing and 500 Namibian dollars on transport allowance. Transnamib's corporate communications manager, Abigail Rubenheimer, last week said the company on many occasions made it clear that it's not in a financial position to meet the wage demands. Rubenheimer reminded the striking workers of the no work, no pay rule, saying the rule will apply to them.
That's all the top news we had for you this evening. Stay tuned for the economics roundup, followed by the weather forecast.
Sport Planet is a segment that brings you sport in action within and beyond Namibia. A good evening and welcome to the Tuesday edition. I'm Michael Madimba. Netball leads the segment. Team Namibia on Monday suffered their first loss at the Netball World Cup qualifiers after finding the fast-paced South Africa team too hard to handle at the University of Pretoria Rembrandt Hall. Desert Jewels head coach Mary Wai had this to say after the match.
The positive, they are good because from the halftime we have seen that we scored almost 16 against 14, and the last quarter ended up in a draw. So we have seen that our start was low. Then the changes that we made, it made us to be better. And even then, when we went for halftime, when we were talking to them, we told them that this game, South Africans are very fast. We just need to slow the game so that we can play our own game that we have planned for the day.
On to some English Premier League. Erik ten Hag secured his first win as Manchester United manager as goals from Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford defeated Liverpool 2-1 at Old Trafford on Monday. United had started the weekend bottom of the Premier League, but moved above Liverpool on a massive night for their new Dutch manager. George Hendricks brings us the details.
Anthony Elanga should have opened the scoring when he curled off the base of the post after two passes from Scott McTominay and Bruno Fernandes carved Liverpool wide open. Defensive disorganization has been a repeated failing of Liverpool's winner's start to the season, and they failed to learn their lesson for the opening goal on 16 minutes. A neat 1-2 between Elanga and Christian Eriksen opened up the Liverpool defense once more, and when the ball was cut back to Sancho, he left James Milner on the floor before coolly slotting home. Liverpool's lack of energy in midfield was exposed for United's second goal as Jordan Henderson's poor touch presented possession to Anthony Martial, and his perfect through ball set Rashford free to score his first goal since January. Mohamed Salah's header set up a grandstand finish 10 minutes before time, but United summoned a steal rarely seen in recent seasons to see out the closing stages and secure a much-needed boost for their new boss. For Sport Planet, I'm George Hendricks.
Stand by for your sports roundup. With the sports news, we've come to the end of the Tuesday edition of Primetime News. Much appreciated for watching. If it's your first time to this channel, do subscribe, like, share and press the notifications bell to stay posted on the latest happenings locally and globally. Catch us again tomorrow as we bring you the latest in local, continental and global news. From myself, Michael Madimba, and the entire production crew, it's good night.